Happy Wednesday, Boo Crew. It's your girl Mika, and I'm back again with reveal number 32, and this one comes from none other than moi. So you get a twofer. So in addition to the fall blind swap, we also had a one-on-one swap, which was a card swap, and you had to make, I believe, 6 cards with the envelopes, and you had to use sentiments like thankful, grateful, things of that nature. And you also have to do a beaded pen. So what I did is I went on YouTube, and you also have to put it in a nice holder. So I went on YouTube and found a tutorial by the Paper Pixie, and she had this A2 card pouch, and I just tied it with some seam binding and put a tag from the collection in there. I put a sticker on there and a little flower with a little bling center and tied it with some seam binding. So we also had to do a bling pen. Not a bling, a beaded pen. Oh, I got bling on the brain. So what I did was I used a gold beaded pen. I used this wooden gingham orange bead. Here's a brown silicone bead. And then I used this fox silicone focal bead. And let me take out my cards and show you. So here's the inside of the pouch. It's very nice. And I also gifted some die cuts. I think I'm going to put them in some plastic, but I made some of the Scrap Diva acorns. I made 2 of the big ones. I used glitter for the outside of this one and some rose gold foil for this one. And the eyes I used are stamps from My Creative Time for their gingerbreads. And then I made her 2 of these thankful words. These are also Scrap Divas, and I used some brown glitter. Very pretty. I love that brown glitter. So we usually don't buy brown glitter, but I wanted to make sure I had some this season. So my envelopes are just plain. I think I made an extra card. So some of the cards I made with tutorials, a few with the card kit, but I just kind of switched up. I always switch up the card kit so it's not true to what it's not exactly like how the instructions say in the card kit. So with this one, it's a white card base. All of the card bases are white. And I put some green pattern paper, and you can barely see the pattern on camera, but maybe you can if you can see it. I think it has leaves in it. And then I have everything on foam. I use some of the thick, I was able to purchase this expensive roll of foam tape, but I have some of that behind each one of these pieces. I also have these hopped up on some foam, so it'll give it some dimension, the give thanks sentiment on the front, and just everything's layered up. And I love the way this card turned out. I left the inside blank. I might go ahead and put stickers or something in it because you guys have been motivating me to do something in the in the inside. So this one I kind of scrap lifted from someone on YouTube, but I changed it up a little bit. So I had this gold kind of mesh type of ribbon, and I went ahead and just tied it, put it behind this embossed pattern paper, embossed plain paper, put 3 little blings here, and I had this die for a while. It's an embossed leaf die. You can see the stitching inside. You can see the stitching. Yeah. And I just used 3 different pattern papers from the collection. Made a real simple card. It turned out nice. This one, I just put a 3x4 journaling card in the front. Again, that's on foam, 3 little bling pieces. I put a sticker, and I also put that on foam to give it some dimension. And this has a layer of brown plain paper, then this pattern paper from the collection, and then a lighter brown paper that's backing the journaling card. And then next, this one, I saw a tutorial about this, making the strips of paper. Well, it was like she had leftover scraps, and she kind of made a birthday card with it. So I just turned it and made it fall style. And I also put an additional piece of paper across so that it will accent the middle sentiment. This is just a sticker from the collection, and I let it do the work, and it looks good. Then next I made this card. This is from the card kit. So I did follow this one to the T except for the flower that I added to it. So we have the sentiment, I am thankful for you. See us, thankful, grateful, blessed. You sense a pattern here. This one, I followed the tutorial. I changed it up a little bit. This is my own die that I used, and I added this sentiment to the front. And again, the 3 little blings. And you only get a little bit of pattern paper. It's just here and here. This is a very simple card, very easy, quick to put together. So there's that. So I'll put this to the side. And then next, here is my fall blind swap. So I decided to take my cute little Hedgie and put her on the Scrap Diva embellishment book box. And I made the shaker side. I was going to put a sentiment on it, but I decided to just leave it plain. So we have a shaker binding. I tied it with this doodlebug trim that I have, and it says things like sweater weather, autumn, colorful, fall, things of that nature. So this is a rose gold foil. I have my hedgehog holding a heart. I put this glitter bow in the center of her head, and I made all the little pieces teal to bring out the teal in the doodlebug paper. I used the collection Pumpkin Spice by Doodlebug as well as Farmer's Market. So because they kind of coincide, so I use a little bit of both. So when we open it up, I got this die later on. So I made, this is the KS Craft acorn. And so I made this and put the word grateful on the front, put a little bow, and this is removable. It's on a removable dot. And in the back here, I made 4 of the same acorns that I gifted in the card swap. So I just gave 2 of the bigger ones and 2 of the small ones. Again, they're on here with removable dots. I'm going to take out all of my stuff. Okay. And so it's very sturdy. Y'all know I like things sturdy. So it came out really, really nice. So first, here's my beaded pen. So I put this bead cap on top this way. I like the way it looked from the top than the bottom because this is a hexagon type of bead. And then I use this autumn focal bead and this little furry bead here. And it's funny. I know you guys have probably heard me in videos saying that, oh, I wish I had these glittered pens. Oh yeah, I have them. I probably had FOMOs at some point or just bought them and I didn't know I had them. So I had some all along in different colors. So I was able to use that and I like the way that turned out. And then next, I decided to do, this is also a gift I'm going to put in there. I decided to do A2 size cards. I know a lot of people did 3x3 cards. I decided to do A2 size cards. And I like the way they came out. So here's one. I got this die from Amazon. I like this card die. And it just comes together really quick. I used the brown base and just used some of the pattern paper from the collection. Put the word Hello Fall down here. This is not a part of the collection, I mean, of the die set. I just put this here just to be able to put a sentiment on there. And I used like a cream backing for you to write your greeting. I also added this flower here and put the glittered center. That's not a part of the die either. And then I've had this Sizzix Biggs die for a couple of years. So I decided to put the bear together, but I made him really, really chocolate brown. I know he looks black on camera, but he's chocolate brown, super brown. And you know, you have to put together his scarf, his little cheeks. I put a little flower in his head and I put this sentiment back here that says Hello Fall, his little belly. And it just feels really, really, really good, the texture on the paper. And then this is similar to the one I made in the card set, but I also added this additional paper. In the tutorial I followed, they didn't have paper here, which is plain, but I decided to add it. I just measured it. And so you would have 3 different types of pattern paper on here. And I like the way this one turned out. And then next, good old My Creative Time. This is my favorite die from My Creative Time. It came out with the release that she did, I think on Halloween. I think it was a Halloween release. Or no, before Halloween. And so, yeah, this is all part of the die set. This little girl here is from the Not Too Shabby collection that I bought. So here is the Doodlebug paper. This is from the Not Too Shabby collection that I have. And these are some glittered enamel dots. And I put this sticker down here that says, give thanks with a grateful heart. And then what you do here is you pull. Hold on. Yeah. These nails are mine. So you pull it. And it is a slider card. And I just put this little sticker inside. And so there's that one. And I used a green card base for that. And I have it open this way. And then last but certainly not least, Raquel and I got this die at the expo back in October. So I used it, and it cuts out the inner pieces of it, but I went ahead and just cut it cut it a couple of times with different pattern paper so that I can paper piece it back in. And I also save those pieces so that I can use them in the future. Smart. I have this sentiment, You're So Sweet, right on some foam. And this is also on some foam. And I just used my scissors to cut around that die cut to give it some interest. And I put 3 enamel dots there. And this one also opens this way. So that's my 4 A2 size cards. Set this to the side, get that back packed up. And then here's my rosettes. I'm not going to take them out, but I just made 4 rosettes. These are all chipboard pieces on top. This is from an old collection that I have. So I just used the pattern paper from from another, I think it's a Simple Stories fall collection. I didn't use Doodlebug for the rosettes, but this is my Tim Holtz rosette die. I put a little gold thread behind it, cut out some scallop circles as my backings of my rosettes. And I've added some chipboard. So this one says harvest, count your blessings, family, friends, and I have a little hedgehog here, a pumpkin, and a squirrel. And then next I made some die cuts, just the same ones that I gifted over there. I just made them in 2 different colors, pink and rose gold, just to give some extra die cuts. And I was able, since I had a back topper swap earlier this year, I've been using some of the back toppers that you guys gifted me. So I don't remember who made this one, but thank you. You came in with the clutch. So I have this shaker pumpkin on it and this pumpkin spice. I thought it would go well. And I also gifted some of these words. And I kind of just put it on there so they can reuse the back topper if they want. And here are my bows. I made some shaker bows as well. So you're getting rosettes and bows. I just couldn't stop crafting. You guys were inspiring me to just keep making stuff. So I just put a back topper that I was gifted in the swap. And I put this clothespin, this glitter clothespin on it just to hold the back topper against it so you can just get in and out. And I used vellum this time. I think this is the first time I ever did that. I used vellum to close in my shakers. And it's, it's a lot easier than fooling with that acetate because sometimes it does not cut through. And then here's my shaker mix. I used the Scrap Diva shaker envelope. And I just put some Velcro on the back and then put the word shake it here. And it's a nice healthy amount of mix. It has all the colors like teals, browns, coppers, golds. And I put some seed beads in there. So it's a nice healthy amount of mix. And then next, I made this memory decks. I put one of my shaker bows on top with a little puffy sticker from the Doodlebug collection. I made these words Fabulous Fall and this flag on my Cricut and closed this with some Velcro. And I also put I ended up making 4 back toppers. So I have the 2 that are in the last category and I just gave 2 additional ones. So you get 2 more inside of there. And I haven't put my info on the back. I'm glad I'm going in here. But I guess I really don't have to. Everybody knows me. I hope you do. You sent your stuff to my house. But I'll put my info on the back. So yeah, this comes together real nice if you guys have this pocket Memdex die by Scrap Diva. I really like it. And then again, last but not least, here are my bag toppers, and I also put some bags inside for you, and I have it packaged up real nice. So I know it's all over the place, but thank you for tuning in. I've been revealed now. The world can go on. But I believe, like I said, I'll get 2 more packages later this week, and then that will conclude the fall swap. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.